Allahu, 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 Allah. Allahu, 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 Allah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wal aqibatu lil muttaqeen, wa la udwana illa ala al-zalimin. والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. يقول الحق تبارك وتعالى وهو أصدق القائلين: يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة. Alhamdulillah. Dear brothers and sisters, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, in continuation of our reminders in how to upbring our children correctly and rightfully, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding us. He said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, qu anfusakum, save yourself, wa ahlikum nara, save yourself and save your family members from going to the hellfire. وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةِ, the fire that is lit using people and statues. This is how the fire of akhirah is lit. Therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us that this fire is prepared for those who disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore is warning us to protect ourselves and our family members. Na'am ayyuhal ahbabu fillah. Today, inshaAllah, in continuation with our reminders, we will be covering 7 important points. The first point, inshaAllah, تعليم الأولاد أن اللعب له وقت معلوم. It is very important as the parent who is responsible to teach your children the manners and all the important things. Teach them that أن اللعب له وقت معلوم, that playing has its own time, specific time. It is not that every time that we see today in the life of the Muslims and the non-Muslims' homes, in their children, just to avoid them, everyone is given iPads or phones or something, or the TV. The parents are extremely busy with something else. Therefore, this is how they keep them busy so that they can do their things. Sometimes the whole day, the child is free during Sunday, or school holidays. All they will be doing during the morning until midnights, they will be on the games. This is completely wrong. It is very important as the parent to reward your child with playing times. You tell them, if you do your homeworks, if you revise this, I will give you time to play your game, or to go out somewhere, to reward them for doing something good, but not to make the time, all of the time, playing time. That is extremely affecting a lot of children who are getting addicted to these games and social medias and everything else, and then they learn things that will make them rude and doing certain things that will not please you. Therefore, it is extremely important. And also, very important, that when you reward them to play the games or any kind of play, to know to take care the time of Salat. When the time of Salat comes, that they have to leave everything and go to pray. Because nowadays you will see the children or even grown-up adolescent, the time of football is there. They will concentrate on the football. They will not even bother going to the masjid or even praying at home. They will not bother. They think the time is for enjoyment. So therefore, it is extremely important as the parent to emphasize the time of playing and the time of doing other important things. The importance of time. Make sure your child's mind, it doesn't get destroyed and addicted with playing at all times. It is extremely important. And also, sometimes to encourage them and form a bond between yourself and your boy and your girl. Sometimes you can even join them in playing certain games at home, in playing football with them, going swimming or to the beach with them. So you can do as a parent to form the bond the relationship so that they can talk to you freely. It is encouraged by the ulama. They said you should be spending time. The Prophet ﷺ, he used to do racing with his wife, Sayyidatina Khadija. Let's race and see. They were starting racing, and then after a while, the Prophet ﷺ left Sayyidatina Khadija to win the race. And then after a while, when she's put little bit of weight, and then the Prophet ﷺ said, can we race again now? And then the Prophet ﷺ this time, to make the whole thing enjoyable, the Prophet ﷺ won the race. Said, this is for that. So we are equal. So it is a draw. You won once and I won once. So the Prophet ﷺ is teaching us, this is what brings the bond between a husband and wife, and the children and their fathers and their mothers. So you spend some free times just doing nothing sometimes, just talking to them, laughing with them, and playing a game, going out with them. This will increase the confidence of your child to be able to talk to you freely on certain important aspects. Otherwise, they'll be talking to their friends, which could be misguiding them. The friend could be misguiding your child. Second point that we're going to cover, inshallah, al-wafa'u bil-wa'd. It is extremely important that you keep your promises. When you promise your child that you will do something, make sure that you can promise only what you can do. Do not overpromise to lie to them. When the time to fulfill the promise comes, you tell them, no, sorry, I was just joking. No, we shouldn't be joking with these things. Otherwise, they will grow up learning from you that you can just break promises. And this is a wrong thing. Therefore, it is extremely important that we fulfill the promises we make to the children, no matter how young they are, because they will be picking up these things. When they learn from us that breaking promises, it is one of the signs of the hypocrites. Ayatul Munafiq thalatha, idha wa'ada akhlafa. One of the signs of hypocrites, the Prophet ﷺ said, idha wa'ada, when he promises, akhlafa, he does the opposite. He will break the promises. Therefore, we do not want to bring our children with this bad akhlaq, bad manner. Therefore, we want to instill the importance of promises. If they promise something, if you promise them, try to fulfill as much as possible, and try to always tell them, inshallah. If they tell you to buy me something, tell them, inshallah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me the opportunity and the tawfiq and the money, therefore I will buy you, inshallah. If Allah wills. And if it doesn't, therefore you will just explain to them nicely that I did not manage to get the money. Inshallah, I'll buy you next time. But try to fulfill and keep the promise. It is extremely important to instill in your children. Point number 3 that we'll cover today, inshallah, تعويد الأولاد على القيام ببعض المسؤوليات. Practicing keeping the children, your children, especially the adolescent ones, the one who are growing older, giving them practice in being responsible at home. For example, if you've got a boy of 15, 16, 17, don't just think that they're still young. Give them responsibilities. Give them minor responsibilities and gradual increase in responsibilities. For example, your son, you know this is how much you spend at home for the daily bread and the things that are need to be bought at home. For example, is the 1,000 shillings a day or 2,000 or whatever, you give him the whole week's worth. Tell the mother, let's try to give him this responsibility and see how he will react. Slowly, because you will be building his trust and his honesty. You're watching his trust, his honesty, and whether he's going to be responsible enough. So how he will keep that money. So is he going to just go out and spend, buy this, that, therefore next day people will not have anything to eat at home? Watching him and following him bet by bet and see how you'll give him. For example, if it is 1,000 a day, you'll give him 7,000. You tell him from today for example, when you're traveling, I am traveling for the next 7 days. You will be in my place. You should be the father of the house. As my eldest son, as my responsible son, this is the money that you will be giving every single day to make sure that everything goes smoothly, and any problem, report to me. And then watch him and gradually increase the responsibilities of your child, and he will also be feeling that he is important in the family. He is important and is learning some of the very important lessons. Do not just wait until the day he gets married. He will not know how to spend when he goes to the shopping, how much should he be spending and everything else. But by doing this, you are opening his mind to make him wise enough to be able to contribute in the family, and also this experience will benefit him in his future life when he gets married, when he is the man of the house. He already knows these responsibilities. And then point number 4, تدريب الأولاد على اتخاذ القرار. Practicing, giving them practice exercises to make decision, involving them in decision making, to make decisions, get them to make the decisions of the home. And whenever they make a mistake, as the parent, it is very important first, the responsibilities that you are giving them should be enough with the age. You shouldn't overburden them, or you shouldn't give them too less of a responsibility, something that will challenge their mind. So it is very important that you give them the responsibility. For example, if you have a shop, you tell them, look, I will be going out for 1 hour. I want to see what you have sold, what has come in, what has gone out, a full report 1 hour. Second day, 2 hours. And then after 1 week, 3 hours. And then after 10 days, 5 hours. And then 1 day on, he will be opening, and then next day. And then he can run the whole business because he's fully experienced, and he will know, and you're following him up, you're advising him, you're supervising him. That is the way to pass on the responsibilities so that he can be responsible in his life. But when he makes a mistake, don't shout at him, don't look down on him and tell him, I knew that you're stupid. You never deserved this opportunity. No. Tell him, inshallah, you made a mistake. This is how you learn, through mistakes. But try to learn from your mistake that you don't make the same mistake again. Make notes. Where did you go wrong? Make sure that you don't go wrong again. With good akhlaq, with good, being merciful. Don't just shout. He's made a small loss. Shouting at him, you'll never come here again. You are stupid. You should be going to school and learn mathematics first. No. That is not how to approach a young, growing up man or a girl. Therefore, it is extremely important that we try to give them responsibilities and watch them. If they make a mistake, be patient with them and be merciful with them. If they do well, encourage them, reward them by giving them something, or praise them. Say, MashaAllah, I knew that you are responsible. I always knew that you could do this thing. You can even do better, I know. And inshallah, you'll do better than this. Wallahi, you'll take a lot of encouragement from all that. It is extremely important for us to be encouraging our children than ourselves putting them down. Because if you, the one who's supposed to love, to train your child, if you put them down completely, they will feel very down. They will not want, because no one else will give them hope or praise them or doing this. This will come from you as the parent. It is extremely important. The point number 5, كبر ولدك واستشره في بعض الأمور. Make sure that you are treating your child, your son or your daughter. Don't always tell them, no, whatever they want to do, whatever they want to get involved in, you tell, no, you are young. You're still young. Don't get involved in these things. No, you're too young. You're too young to know this. every time get them involved. Come and sit with me. Let's go to work and watch what I'm doing. And then sometimes gradually ask them mushawara, ask them for their opinion. But watch their mind and ask them for their opinion. And sometimes if you see the opinion is good, tell them, MashaAllah, I really like this opinion of yours and I'm going to implement your opinion because it's extremely good. Wallahi, it will make them to be thinking quite a lot and to come with opinions, to come with ideas, and they will think the ideas is valued. Therefore, it is extremely important, but we need to go according to the age. The age, we shouldn't be overburden them. We should be going with the age and making sure that we're getting them involved gradually in family matters, in our businesses, in everything, because they will be the next generation if they get this valuable experience, because as the parent you've made mistakes. From your mistakes you have learned. Therefore, do not allow your child to make similar mistakes. And a lot of children tend to follow the footsteps of their parents. If their parents are doctors, they tend to be doctors. If their parents are sheikhs, they tend to be sheikhs. If their parents are presidents, they tend to be president. Therefore, the mistakes that you have learned from, do not make allow them to make similar mistakes. You teach them as they go along and praise them when they have done well and reward them. And if they've done bad, tell them there's always tomorrow, but make sure you learn from this mistake and you do not repeat the same mistake. So it is extremely important to make sure that we are not treating our children as young children, especially if they're grown up. Get them involved. That is point number 6. Point number 7, اجلس معهم جلسة تربوية. Sit with them in a sitting that they will learn and benefit every single day. Teach them the sunnahs of the Prophet ﷺ. Do they know how to sleep according to the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ? Do they know how to go to the toilet, come out of the toilet, wear their clothes, take them out and everything? Any other sunnahs of the Prophet ﷺ? Discuss with them. The stories of the Sahabas, the stories of the Prophets, the stories of the good people. Every time we should be discussing with our children these things, and it will have a positive impact in their life. Talk to them about the life of the Sahabas. Just before they go to the bed, even if we can manage to spend about 10 minutes in our daily life, daily busy life, just sit with them, tell them, how did you get on today? How was your day? Let's sit together as a family. Inshallah, we read a story from Hayatul Sahaba or Qisasul Anbiya, the life of the prophets, or the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ. We just read, or you give one of your daughters, one of your sons to read one chapter of the stories of the Sahabas, and you just tell them, what do you understand by this? You see how good they were, how much they invested in their deen. This is how much is required of us, that we can emulate and copy them, because they have been successful and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was happy with them, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed them with Jannah. Therefore, it is extremely important. It will have a very positive impact in their life. So just to finish up, to recap what we have done, we said it is extremely important to make sure, as the parent, a responsible parent, to make sure that your children differentiate between the important time to do things, studies, sleeping and going to school, and the times of playing. Do not allow them to be playing all day, because sometimes what they do, if they're addicted with the games, in the morning where they will wake up, time to go to school, they will pretend that they're not well. They will pretend that they're not well, and they will cover themselves, cry a little bit and everything. As soon as 1-2 hours goes, they will be waking up and going back to their games or to their TVs and all this. Therefore, it is extremely important that they differentiate and they know the importance of Salat. When time of Salat comes, they drop everything else. And also making sure that we keeping our promises with our children. This is a very important qualities our children to learn from us. If we are not the one who are keeping promises, they will also break the promises to others, and that is not a good thing to be passing on to your children. And also we said we should be giving them responsibilities, gradual responsibilities, and involve them in our businesses, involve them in our home mushawara when we're making decisions, ask for their opinions. Because otherwise, if some parents, what they tend to do is keep the children far away from them until they grow up, until they are men, until they get married, and then they have big businesses, and then sudden death comes. The children do not even know where to start in that businesses. A lot of people take advantage from them, and then the business disappears very quickly. Therefore, get them involved in your businesses, treat them like your partners and everything, inshallah, so that when you pass on, when you move from this life, they know every single thing, and that no one will mistreat them or take advantage of them. So it is extremely important sometimes also to make some free times that we sit with our children, even once every single day. If it is not possible, twice a week. If it is not possible, even once a week. We should always try to make time. The time you invest in your children, it is what you will get back in return. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us. Inshallah, we'll continue with these reminders according to the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the teachings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that we can be better parents to fulfill the responsibilities that we're going to be asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then they can be children who we will be proud of, and the Prophet ﷺ will be happy with, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be happy with, and they will contribute positively in their communities. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.
Allah